Hey there, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie and this is Louisiana Cooking and Living, and we are so happy to have you here today. And I say we, I always say we, and I may be the one you see, but there's a lot that goes on in the background, and I'm going to stop this dishwasher real quick because it's loud. My husband does a lot for me, get ready to set up and run to the grocery store, set my lights up. He does a lot of stuff in the background. So we are happy to have you here today. So today we are going to be doing my chocolate chip cookies. I have done the recipe for you before, and I'll link that up here in the cards. Just a little disclaimer, these videos are real and it is real time. I don't record and then if I have a mess up, I re-record. I don't do that because it would just take too long of my time. And so when I did the first recipe for you, I did not let my butter thaw or come to room temperature ahead of time. And so I put it in the microwave and melted it, or softened it was my idea, but it had partially melted. And so the cookies didn't quite turn out because I used melted butter, but it also shows you what happens if you don't use softened butter instead of the melted butter. So make sure your butter is softened and not melted. You want it at room temperature, not melted. If you do need to stick it in the microwave, just do it for a very short amount of time. If it becomes too soft, put it in the fridge for a few minutes. Just kind of make sure they are room temperature. So we did do this recipe last summer, but I'm going to show you something I have done over the years. Usually I've done half spelt flour and half flour. Today we're going to use all spelt flour though. Spelt flour is an ancient grain. I'll show you this real quick. I did get this off of Amazon. I will leave this linked in the description box. It's an ancient grain. Ancient grains are very good, really good. I don't even want to say a substitute for modern flours, because modern flour has been so, what's the word I'm looking for? Modernized, cultivated, so that it's stripped away of all of its nutrients, and they have to add it all back. And so when you buy flour, it says enriched flour. You had to add all that back. Well, ancient grains are full of all those vitamins and minerals that you need that the modern wheat has stripped away. So it's high in protein, high in copper, selenium, vitamin B1 and B6, zinc, iron, manganese, magnesium, potassium, niacin. These are just the ones I wrote down. There was more. It's a higher antioxidant capacity, which means it has the ability to remove free radicals from your body, which are cancer causing. Ancient grains don't affect your gut disorders like regular modern flours do. It actually helps with digestion. It helps where normal flour, if you're having, if you have IBS or Crohn's disease or all these things and you get these flare-ups, or can cause different discomforts and side effects, this actually helps in digestion and tries to, let's see the word I'm trying to use. Instead of causing these issues, it protects and doesn't allow those things to happen. That protects might not be the right word, but it helps with your gut issues. So we're gonna be using spelt flour, and one of the benefits of spelt flour is the taste. It is a nutty taste. So for me, a chocolate chip cookie where you would want to put nuts in it, we will be putting pecans in there today. Adding the nutty taste with the spelt flour is just a benefit to me. So let's get started. All right, into our mixing bowl here, I'm just gonna show you my cookbook. This is my recipe right here in this cookbook, and it's all stained up with vanilla because I've used it so many times. You'd think I'd have it memorized, but I don't. So we have a stick and a half, and I'm doubling my recipe. A cup and a half of butter in here, not a stick and a half, a cup and a half. And we're gonna put 2 cups of brown sugar, and we're gonna put a half a cup of sugar. I have my sugar measured, so I'll put that in here. And I'm gonna get 2 cups. Again, I'm doubling this recipe. 2 cups of the brown sugar. So kind of a little fun fact. People will buy these brown sugar bears and moisten them and put them in here in order to keep their brown sugar from becoming hard with all the moisture. I bought this and put it in my brown sugar dry to absorb the moisture, because here in Louisiana there's so much humidity and everything in there. I wanted it to absorb all the extra moisture. So that's kind of funny. All right, so we have our 2 sugars in here, and we are going to beat this pretty good to soften the butter up even more, and also incorporate all the sugar and allow it to kind of become one homogeneous mixture. So we'll get this going. All right, this is all creamed together. We're going to be adding 4 tablespoons of milk now, and then we are going to be adding our 2 eggs. All right, we're going to give this a little mix. Now we're going to add our vanilla. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of vanilla. It's time to refill my bottle. To this, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Well, 4 teaspoons because I'm doubling it. I have Redmond real salt here, so it has lots of minerals in here also. And we're also going to add our baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon per recipe, so 1.5 teaspoons. Give that a mix. All right, so this we're going to add 3.5 cups of our flour. So we'll just mix it in with every cup. There's a cup. All right, so just before it's fully incorporated in here, I like to go ahead and add my chocolate chips so we don't overmix this. And we have 2 cups of chocolate chips here. And then I'm also going to be adding 2 cups of, these are pecan pieces. You can chop your pecans, but these are already, I guess, like whenever they're processing pecans, and the ones that aren't whole, they will separate them. So this is, they're basically, oops, already chopped. So I'm just gonna finish this bag off, and what I have is what I have, which is about 1.5 cups, but usually I'll add a full 2 cups. So we'll give this a mix. Let's get our sheet pan out. I'm going to go ahead and line this with some parchment paper. You'll notice this is a much darker dough than if you used regular flour. Everything's just stirred in really good. All right, so this is a very big cookie scoop. I've gotten into kind of making these bigger cookies. So this is what we're going to be using today. Again, I'll leave this link in the description box. I don't know how many. It's like 1/4 cup, I'm gonna guess. So what I'm gonna do to kind of help them out is just to kind of smash them a little bit. All right, I'm gonna rinse my hands off and we'll get these in the oven. All right, so my oven was preheated to 350 and we will put these in the oven for 14 minutes and then we're gonna do something special with them when they come out of the oven. So we'll be back when that's done. Okay, so these just came out of the oven and you can see how they're dark. They're not cooked dark, that's just the dark from that flour. We are gonna add some flaky salt to the top of this while they're still soft from the oven so that it will kind of stick. And then we will let these cool, and after they cool, we will have a little taste test. All right, so we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so here's our cookie. You can see all the flaky salt on top. They are standing up because I did not melt my butter this time. I had softened butter. So let's give this a taste. Sorry, my son's dog is here. He's been running around. He's hot. He's panting. These are so good. So good. Again, it's dark because that spelt flour. It's not overcooked at all. That's flaky salt on top. So good, y'all. Hope y'all give this a try. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.